Most games give us a slice of life, a moment in a character's path that we play. As we all know, though, life isn't just a moment. It's a collection of moments. From the innocence of childhood, through to your teens, college or university, starting and progressing a career, having a family and guiding your children through those very same stages of life, while at the same time experiencing everything you can. In the grand scheme, we're not on this planet for very long, and looking back, time passes all too quickly. Today's review is of a game that explores life in all those stages. What experiences will you fill your life with? Welcome to Mike's Gaming Gala. I'm Mike, and this week we're looking at the brand new Winsley's Guardian for the Game Boy Color, published by Guardian Game Studios. Winsley's Guardian comes in a professionally printed box, with a manual, and a new injection molded cartridge. This was a recent Kickstarter, and now that those rewards are shipping, it's available along with several other games on their website. Regular viewers of my channel will recognize this as the game that I have streamed several times during its promotion. In fact, I was a backer. Yes, I paid for my copy of this game. Make sure to stay tuned right to the end of this video, because I will be giving you a code that will give you $5 off any purchase from their store. This includes future games such as their 5 Clans of Tricebra NES game that was just successfully funded. Alright, let's take a look at the game and see what it's all about. After the splash screens, we get a title page that prompts us to press start. Doing so, you can start a new game or view the credits. If you have a game saved, New Game will be replaced with Continue. Starting a new game, we get a brief cutscene, and we're into the tutorial level, a dream sequence. We're led by this mysterious ball of light, and it's here we'll learn the basic mechanics that we'll need to progress through the game, such as attacking with the B button and interacting with our environment with the A button. Coming to the end of this stage, we hear someone calling our name, and we wake up. In Winsley's Guardian, we play as Winsley Walters, a little girl with her whole life ahead of her, and we're going to get to experience many adventures in that life. We're not going to do a full walkthrough here. There's a lot to explore in this game, and I do want to leave some of it for you to discover, but we will be talking about every stage and boss. But before any of that can happen, we need to get ready for the day. So getting dressed, we head out of our room. I don't know about you guys, but I like to start with a little TV in the morning. I wonder what's on. It's me! I'm in the game! Yep, as should be the case on every television and web browser in America, Mike's Gaming Gala is the program of choice. The Walters have great taste. Talking to your dad, he tells you that you need to get your stuff together to head outside. And after gathering your backpack, boots, and of course talking with Mom, you get access to the basement to grab your noodle sword. Dad opens the door for you, but in addition to your noodle sword, you find a mysterious blue blanket. You ask your dad about it, but he just says that it belongs to someone special and tells you to go out and play. Leaving your house, you find some enemies that you can avoid if you want, but you can also dispatch them if you feel like it for the chance to get coins. In combat areas, at the bottom of your screen, you'll see your health meter on the left, followed by the weapon you're holding, and finally, how much money you have. In the overworld, there's a lot to explore and people to talk to, including your grandmother and the owner of the restaurant Rigatoni's. Both of them will offer you side quests for health regeneration items. And Rigatoni's is one of the places that you'll be able to come back later to spend coins. When you do, you can purchase strawberries and octopus, your favorite snacks. I know, weird combination. But eating a strawberry restores 1 point of your health, and the octopus will revive your full health if you lose all your hearts. There are also strawberry fountains that will recharge your full health if you interact with them. But they're few and far between, so it's always a good idea to have some in your backpack. Speaking of your backpack, pressing start opens it up and shows you your status. Pressing select here takes you to your items, and it's here that you can use the items, like strawberries, as you collect them. Now we can progress to the first real level, the forest, but not before saving at the local payphone. Telephones serve as save points throughout the game, and it's wise to save at every opportunity. Winsley's Guardian isn't what I'd call a hard game per se, but you will likely die a few times, so the less you have to repeat, the better. In the forest, you meet Ryder, who teases you, and after finding him again in the woods, you defeat him and gain a secondary weapon, the slingshot. Use this to get to the other side of the forest, but not before playing on the slide a little bit. Then you get to the zoo. It turns out the zoo has been overrun by rats, and of course it falls to a 5-year-old girl to take care of that problem. There's a lot to explore here, both before and after solving the rat problem, but one thing you won't want to miss is after you've defeated the boss here, go to the balloon kiosk and talk to the person there to get a free balloon. In one of my streams, I tried to talk to the guy here, and there was nothing. I said I wanted a balloon, and you know what? Elvie's delivered. Check it out.
So,
I can't talk to this guy and get a balloon? Come on, Spencer, add it to the game.
you know, if you say that, Elvies will do it. That's the thing. Is like if too many things get mentioned about adding it to the game, I'll get a whole new build and he'll like add like 50 different things. The guy is just so freaking amazing.
So yeah, get a balloon on me. It could come in handy, as what they made this balloon do is to free you if you get stuck in a wall. In some boss battles, it's possible to be hit in just the right way that it throws you into a wall and you get stuck. Using this will get you out of that predicament. After the zoo, it's time to go to school, but not before we age a bit. As a 15-year-old Winsley, here we have two bosses that we'll have to overcome. The school bullies and the most dreaded villain of all time, Math. The school is a mess, and I bet Math did that. I consider Math to be one of the most difficult bosses in the game, so it's entirely possible that she'll die a couple times here. But keep plugging away at those equations and you'll get through it. We also get to talk to our Uncle Tanner, and we ask him if he knows anything about our blanket, but he doesn't. After aging once again, it's time for university. Here you're told that the nerds are alright, but the jocks you have to watch out for. The boss in university is the king of the jocks, and after defeating him, you have a conversation with your grandfather who's a professor here. You also ask him about the blanket, and he knows who it belongs to, but sidesteps the topic in order to go and teach his class. And now we get to experience some real adulthood. There are two areas to explore here, work and the bar. Let's start with the drink, shall we? At the bar, the patrons are out of control. The solution to a bunch of folks down on their luck, looking for an escape who have had a bit too much of the sauce? Mass murder. At the bar, there's an arcade section. Here you can play a couple minigames, including a really basic pinball game and an arcade version of Diabeater and the Sugar Monsters. Fun little distractions and very playable, although the physics in the pinball really aren't that great. Hanging out in the arcade is an optional boss fight. This guy in the corner is a drug dealer trying to push blue crystal. If you talk to him, you can kick this Walter White wannabe out of town. Otherwise, the true objective at the bar is to get to the back room and fend off the bar creep. A situation far too real for many ladies out there. After the bar, we're off to work. Surprise, surprise, this isn't your standard 9 to 5. Turns out that the boss really isn't treating the workers fairly, and as a result, the workers are rioting. It's your job to force the boss into submission, and only you have the clear and obvious solution to helping all these poor, abused workers. Yup, murder. Battle the boss as he throws cash at you until he finally concedes. Now, everyone will be treated fairly and paid what they're worth. Well, those that are still alive anyway. Leaving work, we advance to the next stage of life. Winsley is married, and we wake up to our daughter calling for us. She's had a nightmare, and we show her how we used to conquer our fears. Entering Dreamland, we're young again, and have to find our way to fight the mystery Shadow Girl, showing our daughter how to handle bad dreams. We have errands to do today, but before heading out, of course we have to start our morning with some Mike's Gaming Gala. Reaching the door though, the phone rings. It's the hospital, and they have some bad news about our parents. Mourning the loss, you battle depression, and then pay your respects at the gravesite. Returning home, at least we can sit down and unwind with some Mike's Gaming Gala. Wait, what? Spencer? Are you seeing other YouTube channels? Fine, I guess you can watch the Game Beaters too. You have my permission. We leave the house to go run our errands, and after what's happened, we start to see some of the changes in town that we may not have realized. Grandma's house? No grandma. Even going to the Goodwill, we see that it's been taken over by rigatonis. This is a mega restaurant, and they even have an arcade. Here you'll find 3 unique minigames that you can play. The first is by far the best of them, because it's a Mike Catcher game, starring yours truly. Catch the good stuff and avoid the bad stuff to get as high a score as you can. The next arcade stars some guy I've never heard of called John Riggs in a Pac-Man clone, and the third arcade has the Game Beaters in a tournament fighter. Choose your character and knock the other guy out. Heading down to the hospital for an appointment, your doctor has lost the keys to her office, and in a moment of great professionalism gets you, the patient, to fetch them for her. Oh well, time to start killing other patients on our way to get the key. Bringing it back to the office, you enter to find a practitioner called Dr. Greedy, who doesn't care about your health care. He only cares about pumping you full of drugs to make that sweet, sweet insurance money. We then flash forward to age 75. Winsley is in a hospital bed, husband and daughter at her side. We're told to rest, but we insist we're fine, and we get up and head out for a walk. Getting through the hospital, we find a piece of paper and read it. A death certificate for Everly Grace Walters. Everly is the name of the daughter that Spencer and his wife lost due to a premature childbirth in 2019. For any parent, losing a child is the worst thing ever. But Spencer wants to raise his daughter Winsley to know that she will always have her big sister watching over her. And this game is a part of that message. And then, this is it. It's our time. The Grim Reaper comes for us. Death asks if we've lived a fulfilling life, and then tells us that someone special is waiting for us. Finally, he challenges you to battle. That's right, you have to fight to die. Defeating him, he reveals that this was a test of your fortitude, and he was told you're an interesting human. We wake up in heaven as an old woman, and as we walk through, we grow younger. Here we see our mom, our dad, our grandma, grandpa, our uncles, as well as people placed in the game by Kickstarter backers. One of these people is very special to me. My dad's mother was thrilled when my parents told her that they were going to have me. She was excited to be a grandmother and was going to spoil me rotten. Unfortunately, 7 months before I was born, she passed away suddenly. We never met. She never lived to see any of her 6 grandchildren. But here, you can talk to her. And I'm appreciative of the opportunity to do that. After talking to everyone, you ascend the stairs in a very creative credit sequence. And at the top, Everly is waiting for you. A beautiful conclusion to a beautiful game. And that's Winsley's Guardian for the Game Boy Color. So what did I think? Well, like I said, it's beautiful. With Diabeater and the Sugar Monsters, I said that the game itself wasn't great, but I fully supported the message behind it. This game, on the other hand, I really liked. This is not a sponsored review. However, I admit I may be a little biased because Spencer has supported my channel and I really like what he's doing, transforming the hardships of his life into this kind of art. That said, the gameplay is solid. There's lots to explore and do, and behind it all is a story that makes you actually care. Enjoyable from start to finish, I have no problem giving this one my recommendation. If you like these kind of games, give it a try. I've saved the best for last though. If you go to Guardian Games Studio website, you can get $5 off your order by entering the discount code MGG on the order page. This works for any order you make, from their books to their games. That includes ROM sales. I want to thank Spencer for doing that for us. Thank you for watching my video, I hope you liked it, and a huge thank you to my channel members. I appreciate your support so much. As always, my contact info is in the description, and we'll see you next time on Mike's Gaming Gala.